Hi everybody. I'm making a short video. I just want to talk about the fact that I have been really kind of discovering what my body is capable of. And as much as I wish I could do more, I'm really very optimistic of what I'm discovering. So I've been in therapy with a psychologist for a few months now, a couple times a month, and it has really opened my eyes to kind of evaluate my situation, what I've been doing, what decisions I've been making, and my health and my life in general in order to get somewhere, without constantly crashing. I've been, pacing for years, and medicine, supplements, all that stuff, the food, the diet, all the right things, right? A positive mind frame, praying, everything I can do. In addition to, developing a couple of new things and treating those and getting to the bottom of that. But I will say that what is so cool about lately, which just I'm very grateful, I'm discovering that I am having a certain amount of time that my body is useful as far as energy, like what energy I have. I noticed that in my pattern, I have to get up every day at 6:30 to get my kids to school. Naturally, if I fall asleep like between 10 and 11, my body naturally kind of wants to wake up. Obviously, I have insomnia and stuff, so that messes with me. But I think I would naturally just get up if I didn't have to, probably out of the bed between like 7 and 8 a.m. But I'm on a routine and a schedule for my children, so I get up at 6:30 and really force myself out of the bed and getting through that morning routine, getting them out the door and stuff, and then by 11:30. Actually, sorry, by 10:30, which is 4 hours in, I noticed that all the energy that started to develop and the ability to do things is starting to I don't know, kind of weigh on me a little bit, where I'm like, all right, I'm starting to get tired if I push through. And so by 11:30, I've hit this wall where if I go beyond it, it's going to be like a post-exertional malaise situation where I'm pushing past what I can be doing. And so I'm noticing that if I purposely rest for 2 hours to 2.5 on average, purposely rest, that I can recharge enough that I can go through the rest of the day pacing a little bit slower, but getting the things done that need to be done, which it's nothing too crazy, but making sure we eat, making sure my daughter gets where she needs to be for her dance class, and maybe saving that quick order pickup errand for the afternoon instead of everything in the morning. And then my husband does what he can with my son for his thing that he does, and then just making sure I pace things out for the day. So instead of doing every chore in the house in the morning, I'll save like a little bit of laundry for the afternoon, and sometimes people will pitch in and help me fold it, whatever. But I'm noticing that I can consistently stay in this pattern. I've only tried it because what I was doing before is I was doing the spoon theory, where I said, okay, this is my plan, this is how many spoons I want to use, and this is what I feel like I can do. And I would do it throughout the day, and I would kind of do about 2 hours on and take a rest break for 30 minutes and go back into it. But I'm noticing what's better for me is to just do things not in a rush. Don't get me wrong, I'm not running around, but within the 5 hours of being up, doing just basic things and things that need to get done, spacing them out throughout that time frame. By the time the 4 hours of actually physically being up, moving around, and, you know, the things I've been doing, then I need to take that rest for the 2 to 3 hours, which sounds crazy too. I know it's going to sound crazy if you don't deal with this, but with chronic fatigue syndrome, long COVID, all this, you need this sometimes. So my goal is to stay like this and then build from this. This is like a dream of mine. So I've seen some people I've been watching where they do all their other stuff. You know, some people do brain training and rewiring, whatever, and all kinds of things. But I'm doing what I'm doing, which is working right for me. I'm noticing that the 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours of being awake, this, because the same time my body's like a clock, like it starts to shut down. And I'm noticing that, and I could get bitter and be like, I only have 4 hours of activity. What the heck is this? You know, but the fact that I have that at all is amazing. And the fact that I know that and I found my baseline is amazing. So I'm really grateful. And if I take the rest, as much as I don't want to just lay down every day for 2 to 3 hours, if I do that, I do better. So when I get my kids, you know, I'm really tired. I do have to drag myself there. I get to them about 3 o'clock and I'm in the car. And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so tired. How am I going to do it? And I get them home, and then I start to kind of like get a little bit more oomph in my step, and I'm able to get through some things and get to the evening without feeling like I'm in agony physically and dying. So this pattern is amazing. I'd love to stay in this pattern when I go to work. I work beyond that, even just 4 hours of anything. So if let's say I'm up, let's give you an example. Let's say that I'm up for an hour or so, and then I get in the car and it takes me 30 minutes to get to work. That's an hour and a half in. That only leaves me for like 2 hours to work, then 30 minutes to get home, and 30 minutes of something else before I realistically need to rest, before I start getting symptoms, before I start getting fatigue, before I start getting problems. So this tells me that if I could, I'm giving a theory here. I believe that if I could continue this pattern, that I may be able to stabilize and get beyond this. I really think so. I mean, I can't see why not. If it's working now, if I don't go past the post-exertional malaise, because that's what's causing everything to be worse. Also, I have mast cell activation, and because of that, that does cause a lot of symptoms, but between the supplements and diet and the Xolair shot, I think keeping that calm is really helping me be able to try to avoid the post-exertional malaise and maybe get to a more consistent baseline and maybe actually get better. Don't know. This is just like, I'm just thinking out loud to you guys. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like very optimistic and feeling like there's some hope in this. I don't know for sure, but this is just a pattern I'm seeing, and I feel like this whole idea that people have of your body allowing it to heal itself and giving it that time and listening to it is crucial. And I know some people have done this, have never improved or even gotten worse, but I don't know. I feel peace about this, and I think that I'm onto something. So maybe follow along and see if my theory is right, you know? And if you can, you know, if it's something that you feel like led to do, try for yourself. I don't know, but this is where I'm at. So this feels a heck of a lot better than Go Crash Go. I do work one day this week, and I'm there for, let's see, 5 hours. So that is an hour and a half of being up, 5 hours of being there. And then obviously all the stuff I have to do when I get home. And I noticed must be why I keep falling apart. So I'm going to go to work, and it's not that I'm thinking this is going to happen and just like willing it to happen. I'll go to work and I'm like, I'll be fine, but I'm not. And I think the reason, it doesn't matter how I think about it, what's happening is because I've observed that I only have 4 hours before I have to recharge. This makes total sense of why I'm falling apart physically and mentally, not mentally, but physically, and with crazy symptoms, fevers and rashes and like just my body's going nuts over this post-exertional malaise, is pushing past what my body can do. And so I think that if I could stay within the limits of what my body is saying stop doing, that I can see some improvement. So this is like amazing. I really am very hopeful. And you know what? Worst case scenario, if all I ever got was 4 hours of, or 5 hours of being awake and up to 4 hours of just some basic functioning, and then rest for a few hours and have some more time, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. So I know I'm like comparing something to, somebody might think that's horrendous. I don't want to live like that. And somebody might be like, that sounds like a way better opportunity than I have, you know? So I'm just trying to be optimistic for myself. I'm not trying to like say like, you know, make some amazing situation out of something that isn't, but I'm just trying to be positive for me and look at this as an opportunity to maybe actually improve in at least one of the conditions I have. You never know. So I wanted to share this information with you. So when you see this video, you're probably going to see a bunch of other ones come up with it. I have not had the energy to actually post anything. This is the first time that I've actually just been filming and not posting anything in a long time. So if you see like 5 or 6 videos suddenly pop up, know that they're not all on the same day. It's all kind of mixed up. So hope you guys are doing great. And if you have any comments or, you know, whatever you want to ask or whatever on this topic, feel free to do that. Please be kind to each other and to me, and take care of yourself. God bless. Bye.